He was in a sprint car accident. He was a race car driver, and it was a really bad accident, and he was in the hospital ICU for quite a while, and then he went to Philadelphia for rehab, and then after that we started with Living Unlimited.
I had a seizure and fell, banged my head. I had a MRI and a CAT scan and found 3 brain injuries. I wanted to go back to work, but after the 3rd brain injury, I had to relearn a lot of things.
I would say that the ultimate goal and purpose of Living Unlimited is to teach somebody how to become as independent as they possibly can, to help people maximize whatever strength that they have while minimizing any challenges so they can kind of reach their optimal performance.
I had a car accident on April 7th, 1998, and it involved a head injury, concussion, and I had a lot of troubles after that, being involved in anything at all.
When you have a brain injury, you know, as you probably can figure out, you know, learning things, picking up things. Sometimes you also have confusion. Stuff like that is very hard to teach somebody like that.
Like you're starting all new, like your life is just starting, like you were just born, and it takes a long time to figure out how you're going to get back to where you were.
If we're typically functioning, we don't even understand that sometimes it's hard to ask somebody for something when you're at the store. They don't feel comfortable kind of expressing their thoughts or their opinions. It's some of those hidden activities that, like I said, we kind of take for granted.
It was hard for me to put away, I had to concentrate for this, 1 load of laundry. Because you had to think, okay, shirt, gotta fold it up. Whose is it? Where does it go? Little things you take for granted now are a big problem.
We can help facilitate that by meeting with individuals who we know suffered a traumatic brain injury and help them fill out the paperwork and get the funding through to the Department of Health, and then come to us as an agency to provide them support.
I definitely needed help to try to remember, because I could not remember much of anything.
Well, from the first couple times I met with him, you know, he really did struggle. He didn't ask for help. He just kind of sat there and looked confused, and I could tell that. So from those first few days, I had to find a strategy to get him to open up. Because, you know, with the card game, it seems simple, but to process all the different things, I think we take that for granted. How many different processes are involved in a card game? You know, you gotta know the color, you gotta know the number, you gotta recall all the multiple rules. So I think doing things like that help them build their memory and focus.
When he brought Uno, he's like, do you want to try that? I'm like, sure. He's like, do you know anything about it? I'm like, not really. And we got into it, and the more that he talked about it, the more I did remember it, and I love playing it.
And it's good for his thinking, you know,
Yeah.
Which card should I put down, which one should I hang on to?
I think he likes seeing he can see the progress as he plays. He remembers where he was before, and he sees where he is now. He can see it, and I think that kind of makes him feel better about himself.
One that I have now is a sprint car, and I take all the pieces and I paint them, and then I put them together, glue them together, and then when it's all done, I can put the stickers on, and it's finished and it's complete. The amount of time that it takes to think about how to do it and what to do it, it's amazing. I'm telling you, the model has been probably one of the best things that I've done.
Their goal for me was to integrate me into the community.
Stacy has a real great spirit to go out and succeed. She's very bright. The injury was very significant, so she had a lot to overcome.
Very first thing I did, or one of the very first things I did was do volunteer work at the food bank. And that was awesome. I still go there sometimes.
When Christmas was over, they said, well, we can't keep her if she can only open bags. So I said, well, let me try to help her learn the scanner. And I knew because she works on computers that should be something she should be able to do.
Nobody wants to be told you can't do something. We should let them try it first and see kind of how they do and help them process it. We believe in a very supportive approach. We don't want to just send somebody out there and let them fall, but we do want people to experience things with the structure and support around them so that we can sort of help guide them as needed.
We put them in a bag, and once we put them in the bag, we have to close them with a bag code label that we put on, and we also scan, and then we put them on the next conveyor belt to go on to the next stage of processing. It feels like I'm at home now because, yeah, and I long to go back, but I have a job now.
Yeah, you got a job. You got a job for yourself. That's really cool.
We bring his car in, we clean the inside out, we clean the outside, we polish it, and it looks wonderful, and he loves us doing it. So he's like, I have a second car. So we do his second car. It's really good for me to think about it even before I start it, because I think about, well, I can do this to it and that to it, and it's good. It's probably one of the best things that I've ever done now.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and it gives me a little relief of stress.
The clients that we work with inspire me because someday, any one of us could be one of them. So when I see that they are able to overcome a barrier that has been presented to them, and the willingness to do that and the drive to kind of meet their goals, I think that that's just a wonderful thing that, you know, really inspires me to make me think that if I ever had to deal with the challenges that they have, that I would hope that I would learn from them.
This is one of the reasons I'd recommend people to go to Living Unlimited, because everybody had my best interest in mind.
Anybody who gets hurt or has something that, you know, gives them a physical condition, if you don't get help, you're not going to get through it.
They gave me the skills, and I recommend that everybody does that, because you're missing out on so much if you don't.
I don't know what I would have done without James and the company. Without them, I don't know what I would have done. That was a good game.
Congratulations. Good game, good game. Good game.
Nice job.